What up, everybody? It's your boy Sack the King up in this motherfucker, man. And first and foremost, I want to apologize for the audio in my last two videos. I forgot to plug in my mic, so hopefully y'all can hear that very clearly. I hope I was speaking loud enough for y'all. But anyways, man, as y'all can see from the title, this is the second time I called live links, man. And there's a reason why I have the thumbnail as the thumbnail, all right? So this story takes place back in like 2000, the end of 2005, early 2006, you know what I'm saying? And for those of y'all who haven't checked out my first video about the first time I called live links, hey man, you might want to go watch that one too. So anyways, in case you're not up to speed on what live links is, man, before there was social media, before there was even a MySpace, you know, they used to have this thing called live links. You can go into the back of the News and Review, the Sacramento News and Review, and it was just like a party line. Not a party line per se, but it was just like a place where like you would call up and they gave you a free hour to talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like not a dating service. It is, but it ain't. You know what I mean? Anyways, if you took social media and a dating service, you would have live links, man. Go watch an old YouTube video on live links and you'll get exactly what I'm talking about. So longer story short, man, they used to have this shit called live links, and you would call, you would say your name, and you would just like give a brief little intro. And if somebody liked what they heard, then they can press, you know, whatever button it was. And if you pressed whatever button on they intros, because you listened to them too and y'all match, they would ask you if you wanted to connect. And then when you connected, you could talk for an hour, right? So, you know, this is at the stage where like camera phones were just coming out, you know what I mean? So anyways, there wasn't like you could just go to a bitch Instagram and just look, or, you know, like, hey, what's your Instagram? Hey, what's your Facebook? It wasn't nothing like that, man. You had to damn near be on some blind date type shit unless you had a camera phone, you know, that could get some pictures. And even then it was, you know, you could still get catfished, as the term would be coined later on, right? So anyways, I remember I was talking to this chick, you know, she like, yeah, you know, I could tell she was a white chick. She's like, yeah, I stay in Woodland. I got my own spot. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to, you can come through. You know what I mean? This was like the Tinder of calling and shit. Like you know how easy bitches be on Tinder. You feel me? So anyways, this was before Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, and I don't know any more of them motherfucking sites. But this was like those back in the day, just over the phone, right? So, and I knocked a few bitches off of live links, but this is the second time, right? So, anyways, so I'm like, shit, you stay in Woodland, bitch? Like, god damn, that's a little strike. Anybody from Sac knows where Woodland is? It's like a 30-minute, 40-minute drive, maybe even an hour, depending on if you were like in the deep south, right? So, anyways, so I'm like, fuck it, they got a Sonic out there, nigga. I ain't had Sonic since I lived in Louisiana, you know what I mean? So I'm about to go out here and get me some Sonic and get me some pussy. If worse come to worse, if the bitch don't look right, I'm going to just ski skirt on that bitch, you feel me? So anyways, I remember pulling up to her crib. She had like, you know, she stayed in like one of these little white folks apartments, you know what I mean? So I knock on the door, you know what I mean? She answered the door. And she looked it cool. Like, she was a little, her face wasn't all that, you know what I mean? But her body was banging. Like, she had some big titties, a fat ass. I'm like, okay. She was like, come on in, you know what I mean? So I came on in there. But mind you, like, for some reason, just like I told you on the first story, like, I had a fucking toothache, you know what I mean, this night. Like, all of a sudden, my motherfucking tooth hurt, you know what I mean? So I'm telling her, like, man, I had some weed and I was trying to roll up. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to smoke right now because my tooth hurts, you know what I mean? She was like, I got some weed cookies that might help you. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a couple of them things, you know what I mean? So she brought out like a big ass like Ziploc bag, you know what I mean? Some homemade cookies or whatever. So I remember by this time I'm you know, peeping out her apartment and shit. I'm looking at the bitch, but you know, she brought the cookies and shit and I'm eating them, you know what I mean? But when she sat down, like next to me and started talking, we put on a movie and shit. I just made her laugh or something, right? And when she started laughing, like her top lip just went like this and she was like, ha ha ha, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know if y'all ever know what I'm talking about. Like, some females or just people in general, I've mostly seen this on females though. Like, when they talk or they start laughing, their top lip just disappears, and all you can see is that like a big ass overbite, like like the bitch could carve out a motherfucking rock sculpture, like she could make the statue of David all over with her teeth, like you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, man, I'm like looking at her, but I'm trying to like not look at the bitch because the shit is kind of throwing me off. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm talking to her and shit like that. But all of a sudden, nigga, I must have ate like 5 of them cookies, my nigga. Because like I said, I'm hungry. I meant to go to the Sonic before I even came to the bitch house. But I was so fucking hungry that I forgot. I just wanted to get over there real quick. And I thought we was just going to go to the Sonic. But, you know, like I said, the bitch was throwing me off because her fucking grill's like, like a horse. Like, a horse is a horse. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bitch was looking like fucking Mr. Ed or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, man, I remember just sitting there and boom, them motherfucking cookies just pow, pow, pow. I was like, nigga, I'm dumbass high, nigga. Mind you, I'd already smoked a little blunt and shit, but I'm like, nigga, I'm dumbass high, nigga. Like, I'm way out my body at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything I was saying to the bitch, it was sounding like this in my head. But the bitch is loving it. She laughing and shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was coming out like I'm talking right now, but in my mind, that shit was like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, longer story short, bruh, hey, the bitch wanted to get down, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wanted to get down. Like, she was all over me. Like, she was sitting on this side of the couch, and I'm kind of leaned back chilling, but she was, like, all over me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, I'm about to take this bitch down. So I remember I took her back in the room, and I'm smacking on her. You know what I'm saying? I'm smacking on her. And then, you know, I was closing my eyes smacking on the bitch, but I remember her moaning just hella loud, and I looked up, and her whole grill was like, and for some reason, it was making like horse noises in my head. My nigga was like, like I said, the cookies have me already fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm just like, bruh, like you remember when on Friday when Smokey was at the house and he was looking at the dogs and the dogs was like that's how it was. Like one of them experiences, like, nigga, are you too high? Are you high? Like, so I had to flip the bitch over. But like I said, that bitch had a fat ass. So, nigga, I'm dogging her shit after that. Like, nigga, I forgot all about the horse of a horse is a course. Of course, nigga, I stuffed her motherfucking stuffed that shit right in the pillow and got down and beat that shit. You know what I'm saying? But longer story short, man, yeah. That shit was a trip, bro. I don't know what the fuck was in those cookies, and I've eaten some, and matter of fact, I've eaten only edibles maybe like 1 or 2 times in my whole life after that because I didn't want to feel like that anymore, nigga. I was gone, nigga. I was like DJ Screw Up in this motherfucker, nigga. Yeah, man, I had to DJ Screw that pussy, though. You feel what I'm saying, man? And afterwards, I make the bitch take me to Sonic, man. Yeah, got that ocean water with that chili cheese corn dog, you know what I'm saying? Coney, you know what I mean? Yeah, if y'all see my single nigga meals, you know I like chili and shit like that. But yeah, man, that's that second time that I called Live Links, man. And I'm like, man, like this shit be crazier and crazier each time that I call. Go back and watch that first story. But stay tuned for the 3rd time that I called Live Links, because I'm telling y'all are not going to want to miss this one, all right? The 3rd time I called Live Links. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know, help the channel grow, and go watch a couple more videos. You feel what I'm saying? Because I got more to come. It's King.